BJ, my favorite memory of BJ's got to be when he beat up Diego.
I remember he walked out to Crazy from Gnarls Barkley, and he was just so intense, and that to me was when I was like, man, he's just so focused, he's so intense, and I just admired him for just his fighting spirit, and then he fought emotional. I love that.
The way he celebrates, I remember just licking the gloves. It's absolutely crazy, and his walkout with his song, and it's very calm and great personality. One of the only guys, not now, but at the time, who could really, light up that division, lightweight division, or welterweight division, lightweight division. The lighter guys, you have to be a real personality to get a draw and have people interested in you. And BJ Penn was the first really to do that in my eyes.
So my favourite memory of BJ Penn's got to be the fight against Joe Stevens. Just the aftermath. It's such an epic. You can get it in stills, and it works when you've got Joe Daddy crying in the octagon and him just licking his gloves. I mean, it's a pretty nasty shot, but he was such a scrappy guy. He was the first guy who was just so full of attitude, but at the same time, such a beautiful martial artist. So I think that kind of embodies a lot of stuff, especially if you understand the guy.
When he fought Sean Shirk, my favorite fight of his was when he fought Sean Shirk and hit him with that flying knee and put him to sleep. That was one of my favorite KOs because he's a fire element, man. Like when he gets into the octagon, he's there to tear you apart. I love it.
He was the #1, Everyone wanted to go at him, but they couldn't beat him. It was just great takedown defense, great boxing, great jiu-jitsu. And no one could beat him standing up anyway. And they tried to take him to the floor, but they didn't want to go there either, so they were kind of screwed either way.
I enjoyed the Frankie and BJ, well, it's now trilogy, isn't it? But those sort of first couple of fights, obviously Frankie won, but I think they put on a good show together. So I was excited to watch it in Vegas, but felt disappointed in what it was. Not seeing, especially the press conference afterwards, and it was sad to see BJ stand there and say, I shouldn't have been in the octagon, and I know that now. So it was sad to see someone that you've watched as a real champion, across 2 weight classes.
Greatest fights I saw was doing against, going to fight against George St. Pierre, That was amazing, seeing him, Even if, GSP was dominating and better, he just kept on coming, and trying to win. He wanted to win so bad. And he's a true warrior in his spirit,
Winning 2 world titles, there's not much better legacy than that.
They'll just look at him as a savage, because that's what he is, It's a different breed, and one of the last guys that was really just a complete and utter savage.
Legend, of course, and in a way, a pioneer,
I think everybody is he always put on a good fight, and he fought to the end, even as he got older, and he wasn't near as fiery, because as you get older, obviously, you live for different things, and so when he was young, though, when he first got into the UFC, he went in to tear people's heads off. So I think that's what people remember about him the most.
It's rough because, I've heard this before about him and about Randy Couture, about you look at their record, and they didn't have the perfect record. And so, some people, as time goes on, they go, well, why is this guy such a legend, And they don't know that these guys fought. They fought in different weight classes. They did the unthinkable, and they won a lot of times, and sometimes they lost, but they took that risk that nobody else was willing to take. So I think people might forget that, and I really hope they don't.
I think he, again, kind of going back to the word bit, the embodiment of the entertainer, the fighter, and the martial artist. So that I very much make a distinction between a pure prize fighter and a martial artist. People, they're kind of sometimes on different journeys, but I think BJ Penn was one of those guys that really did kind of tick each of those boxes. He got it, and he was game. You throw him an opponent, he'll take it. Another weight class, he'll make it, So yeah, I think they're the kind of things that I'd like to see that he'd be remembered for.